I don't want to look at them.
Oh,
You're
well.
like, no, thank you.
No, no, it's okay. Thank you.
Welcome everybody to another episode of Out of the Box. And we have Johnny, we have Chloe, and myself, Elvira. And today we're talking about, because we were like, yes, we do talk a lot about Rainbow High, Monster High, like the same thing, but there's just so much coming out. So right now we're going to be talking about a lot of the new Monster High dolls that are coming out in the horizon here in the short period of time. And let's just jump right into it. So which is one of the first Monster High items you would like to talk about, Johnny?
Oh, very nervous. First of all, hi everyone, welcome back. So for me, for all of the new stuff that's coming out, I'm most excited about the Werecat 3-pack, even though I don't really Meowth and Persephone, not my taste, but oh my god, I'm excited for everything else. I like the accessories. Toralei, that I feel like that Toralei is one of like the best Toraleis. I just hope it does come in the States because I don't know. I don't know. I've heard over
Well,
the
I was
grapevine that
hearing
it's
it was
like
not,
international.
what was it? That they were saying that it's only going to be at like Ross kind of stores, like not Ross stores,
Mm-mm.
but like third party stores, like not like
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
main
Not
Walmart.
like Target and
Target.
Walmart and stuff. So that set might be hard to find. So I really hope I do find it because that Toralei is so good. I love the crown, the cage skirt. I love all the accessories. Again, I'm sorry, Meowth, Persephone. It's a chop for me, but
Yeah,
What
I
about
agree
you,
with
Chloe?
you. I agree with you, Johnny. That set is really, really cute. Personally, me, I won't get it just because I have this like thing where if I don't like at least half or more of the product that comes in the thing, I won't probably get it for just the
oh,
one. But I'm really
block
excited for,
me.
believe it or not, I'm really excited for the Jinafire doll. I'm
Mm-hmm.
really excited for that new, what is it, Fang Votes
Yeah, Mango.
Collector. Yeah, that one. I'm really excited for her. I think she's being done really well, surprisingly. I'm shook it because Rochelle,
Oh,
no,
well, I
no.
mean, let's call it that too. Let's be real for a second. That
Yeah,
one.
I'm really
I
hoping.
was surprised like that Rochelle was $90. Like she is really pretty.
Did we get to pick a
Mm,
stand? Did Rochelle come with a fancy stand, or is it just a like a saddle stand? Because we're also getting to pick a stand, which I think is really cool because a stand does add to the collector
I do
aspect.
love the stand choices, yes, with Jennifer. I don't think it has it because I haven't unboxed mine, so I don't know if it has a fancy stand or not. I don't think the Rochelle one does. So I think we are getting more options and just overall more like elegance with the Jennifer doll. I think she's just going to be so beautiful. I'm not sure. With either of you, do you think that's a doll that you might pick up or try to get?
I kind of want her. My only thing is like the whole Fang Boat membership. I don't know if it's going to be with the membership or not. So I have to wait and see that whole situation because when I wanted Gulux Gulia, I had to buy the membership
Hmm.
and I was kind of like, and I never used it again. I only bought it for that one doll. So if I don't know when it's up, I don't know if it's already up. I don't know what's going on with that membership. So if I have to buy it again to get another doll who's gonna be probably like over 100 with shipping and taxes and all of that, I don't know. I don't see it justifiable just for that one doll, especially for me right now. I'm not displaying Monster High in my room yet, so it would just be like all the other Monster High dolls that
Hmm.
I've gotten. They would just be sitting in a box for a while. So I don't know. I really do want her, but I don't know. It's all gonna come in play when I see the price and all of that situation. Personally, for me.
Mm, I see that too. I kind of feel like when the Rochelle one for like, when they're doing the whole Fang vote thing, I think a lot of people in their heads were like, or like, excuse me, the Ghoulie one was like, okay, this is just a $10 more now. Like the doll is not said price, it's plus $10. Like it was just kind of like a given. It was more of that. So I think a lot of people probably go into if they don't already have the Fang vote or the Fang club. I think people will probably just be like, okay, well, it's Jennifer plus $10. So I think that's what a lot of people are going to go in the mindset for. I'm the same thing. Like, I wonder if it will be a lot over $100. I don't know. I guess I'll just have to wait and see the final piece all together, see how everyone else's reactions, and if I get, I guess, sucked into it and maybe get it. But At least that one's a stunning one. Now, some of the other Monster High releases, I have some opinions on,
Well,
which is the music, or excuse me, Monsterfest dolls, which, yes, we've seen music festival dolls from Monster High, but not since G1. How do we feel with the first images of the Monsterfest dolls?
I choose not to feel. But I don't know. I guess I'm not like the targeted audience because I'm not the biggest G3 fan per se. But
Okay,
none of these
fair.
dolls none of these dolls scream to me like I need to have that doll. They're just they're cute in their own way, and I'm sure people will buy them and they're a cup of tea. But just for me personally, there's nothing to me that screams that I need to have them in my collection. Like I
Yeah.
can pass on them and I'll be able to sleep at night.
That part. That part. Literally. Same for me. I'm not the biggest G3 collector. So for me, they're all chop. I don't want them. I don't need them. I don't care for them.
Oh,
Like I
drag
said
them.
in well, like I said in one of our previous episodes, I'm very selective on the G3 dolls, and then like they do some really, really well, and then they just like flop a couple of dolls, and then they come back with the banger. So I'm waiting for that banger to come back because we just got Venus. So
Oh, so good.
you know.
Yeah, I feel like it's just so true. I mean, these are all facts, like facts. Yeah, I feel like we get great dolls, like like Abby and Venus, and then all of a sudden it's like this mix of the same repetitive, especially with the style. At first I was like, okay, I get it. G3 was first coming out. I get they were using colorful patterns. The dolls were kind of having similar aesthetics, and I'm going to use Frankie and their clothes for an example. Now, I do understand the one pant leg. I understand the purpose. I understand, the prosthetic leg. I totally get it. But I feel like I don't know, occasionally two boots that look the same or a full pant or a skirt that doesn't cover one leg only. I would like to see that because it's also for me, yes, I love the representation that they're putting into Frankie and their clothes. But also sometimes I'm like, I want a little variety in what Frankie wears. And I feel like with me, it's like the same striped, three-colored pattern, one leg outfit. And then when you look at like Claudine from that set, it's the same two or three shade of purple with a little bit of the gold axe. It's very, very repetitive. And again, yes, we had that during G1, but a lot of the outfits were I could still see a lot of distinct difference with some of these new G3 releases, especially recently. If you lined up all the Claudines, I'd be like, it's all the same set. Or if you lined up all the Lagunas, a lot of them look like they're just from the same line. And these are supposed to be going to a music fest. And I'm just like, it looks like very similar to other lines from
Yes.
G3. I'm
They're
not
going
seeing
to
the distinct
Coachella
difference.
as YouTubers. That's how I. That's
Not
how
even
I.
YouTubers, mama.
Oh,
TikTokers at this point,
true.
yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about, Elvira, because I feel the exact same way with the Skulltimate Secret lines. I feel
Mhm.
like it's just getting a little too
Very
repetitive. And
repetitive.
like you said, we did see that with the G1, but they had such like I don't know, they did something else with them that just made them so much better. Like it almost feels like they make Frankie's prosthetic leg a part of just like their personality. And I don't think it should be
Yes.
that. I think
Yes.
that yes, like you said, we love we see representation and diversity, but I also think that just because we see it doesn't mean it's going to be a part of like their personality. Like, it's getting a little tiring because I'm sure that anybody with the prosthetic isn't always just like I'm gonna wear, jeans, but I'm gonna cut one side off so you can see my person. That I'm sure that there's moments where
It's
they're like,
almost using
it's
it
fine.
as like a selling point, and I don't
Mm-hmm.
like. Again, I'm glad that they did that. Like, I'm glad that they created a doll that has that part to them, but also it's just like, okay, you're kind of using it as like, look at this. And I hate when they're using it
Yeah.
as like an advertising,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure like you said, people with prosthetic legs wear two pant legs occasionally, I'm sure, it's like I just think it's a
Yeah.
little too again repetitive. It's a I don't know. And I think touching in on to me the prints on the fabrics are becoming so similar, and to the point where I'm like, okay, I've seen, and I'm trying to think of like the striped pant, for example. We saw it in the sleepover line with Frankie, and now we're seeing it again with more pants with the same stripe pattern. And I'm like, I get it. They like stripes, it's just like, I don't know, it's a little getting repetitive to me, and I'm just kind of falling off that like initial excitement that I had. I was like, "Ooh, I love all the G3 stuff," and now I'm kind of like, "Oh, it's again the same thing."
Yeah, I definitely do feel like they need to slow down because I think there's like so many Draculoras, so many Draculoras. There's a Draculaura in every line. And I don't know. I just feel like instead of having like 10, 15 of the same doll, give us like two or three, but like that Venus quality, that Abby quality. And I feel like
Yeah, we
that
need
would
that
I feel like that would
quality.
just appeal better instead of having huge quantities of the same character over and over again.
I
I
fully
agree.
agree. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then touching in on quality, some other new stuff that's coming out that I thought at first I was like, "Is this real?" The cardboard house thing? I was kind
Yeah.
of like a little surprised that they're making that. At first I was like, "Oh, is this like a stock image? Is it like a display piece? Like what is this?" And now it is by a third-party company, but it's the catacombs made out of like a cardboard thing, and I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know. I don't know. I'm a little
I can see where they're going with this. It's meant to be kind of like a DIY play situation. I think that's what the company that they're manufacturing, that's what they're known for, like very much like DIY, make it yourself. So you can feel that,
I guess.
feeling, but also I think it's good in some ways and it's bad in some ways for me personally. For me, from a collector's perspective, I see it more of a display piece. I would
Mhm.
see it on the shelf and I could put my dolls on it. I don't have to worry so much about it getting destroyed or anything. It's cardboard, so if it does get destroyed, oh well. But yeah, and then also for play purposes, there's no longevity to that. Like
Yeah.
there really isn't. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of there. It's there.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel the same way.
I do like that it at least gives different price points if some people can't afford like the big Monster High house. They at least have some creative play with that. So that's at least a positive going for it because I know I wouldn't be able to afford the giant Monster High mansion, but I mean,
I
for
totally
creative
see that
play, I
point. Yeah.
do I do appreciate them having this even I don't know the price point of it, but I'm sure it'll be lower than the actual like plastic like house.
Which I know this isn't Monster High related, but like I think was it I'm trying to think what month it was, like a month ago, 2 months ago, or whatever, when they dropped the new it's still Mattel, Barbie Dreamhouse prices. It went up again. I think it's like 229 for the initial release. I'm like, how
Wow.
expensive will the Dreamhouse eventually in the future with inflation go up to like Barbie Dreamhouse, $500? Like, get ready to live in it. It's going to cost as much as an apartment. Like, it's so wild to see the price points go up. So, yes, I do see how creating it in a more affordable, like, instead of doing all the plastic pieces, can keep it at a lower price point. So, because I wonder if they released the catacombs today that they released years ago for G1, would it be $250? It probably would, honestly. Like, it'd probably be a lot. I don't know.
Yeah, I could see it. I could see it, honestly. I could see the Barbie dream house being 500 in a couple of years, honestly.
Just keep
Um,
showing up.
yeah. No, I mean, I don't know. The same thing with the Barbie dream house. I feel like it's always the same thing. I
Yeah.
feel like if you go on a, Facebook Marketplace, Mercari or something, you could find a Barbie dream house for like $40. I've
Yeah.
honestly seen that happen where
I
like
see it
it's
for
the
free. People are like,
yeah.
please get this out
Oh
of my house.
yeah.
That's
Just
like
take
literally
it.
Yeah. So like, I mean, if you're not like, oh my god, I need the new dream house, then you can wait on it. It'll go on
I
sale
agree.
eventually. You'll find it on you cheap.
So more Monster High new stuff. Well, this is kind of more of a collab, but a collab within Mattel, which is the Monster High Polly Pocket. I think it's cute. I genuinely think it's cute.
Me
I,
too.
I I think it will be tasty. No, Polly Pocket clothes, like the literally like the earliest memory I have of a Polly Pocket clothes was like chewing on the clothes. That was like so like I don't know what it was, but like I loved it. And I'm sure you guys are laughing, but I'm sure people will agree with me in the comments.
Oh
The Polly Pocket
no, I'm
that the
laughing.
that red dress slapped.
I'm laughing because it's true. I used to chew on the boots and the
I
little
get
shoes.
so the reason why it says choking hazard on the box is
It's
because of
because of
you
us.
two.
You're
They
like,
they they literally were like, oh, We're gonna have to put a warning label on this now.
They're like, so this is
Yeah.
actually like 20 plus.
I was still chewing on it today.
Confessions.
Confessions.
Well, I mean, they are, because like the newer Polly Pocket from like this current generation of Polly Pocket do have little gummy feet, and that's how they kind of like stick in, I guess, into the play
Oh.
sets. I'm not a huge fan of the current generation of Polly Pocket. I'm sorry to any Polly Pocket people out there. I like the first
Drag her.
generation.
Every single one.
We're just dragging everything today. But I really do think the compact, the whole set, I think it is really, really cute and adorable. And I have not seen it in stores yet.
Yeah, I agree. It's really cute. It's one of those things that I want to get just to add it to my little Monster High merch collection with all the books and cups and stuff. I think that would be really cute, right? Yeah, I mainly want it just because of that. Just because of that.
You're like, not because I want to chew on it.
Well,
we find the box half opened and just like two pieces missing, and it's like they're gone. Yeah, that's what she was
Chloe, stop.
But I think that is a cool idea. I'm glad to see Mattel collab, like, doing things outside of what we would have expected. I would not have expected like a Polly Pocket / Monster High collab. I was like, oh, this is really cute. Now they did.
I know, yeah, that's very left field.
Was it Mega Blocks that they did? I think the Monster High like Lego looking thing, I think it was like a Mega Blocks mix. That was okay. I didn't like it as much, but I think that something about the little compact, the Polly Pocket memory makes me like this collab way better for them. And I hope they do more things like that.
Yeah, that's cute. I really want to get that. I hope they do different compacts to do different, like maybe a Draculaura one and it's a badge, or like a Frankie one and it's like lightning bolts and it's like maybe their bedrooms, and that'd be really cute. I can see that being like a thing that they could do.
I love that. Well, if we see that come out in the next like 6 months to 9 months, they heard it here. Okay, that's what it is. They took the idea from you. We need patent rights on this. Like, we need to make this happen.
Yeah, because I could see it happening. That'd be really, really cute. Especially if they release like the first 3. So they do Draculaura, Frankie, and Claudine. And they're like different shape little compacts, and you open it and it's their rooms or like different little things. And then it'll be really, really cute if you can like piece them together in a way to start building like your own like little Monster High mini world. That would be really cute. I would buy that.
I love that.
You're
like, I already bought it. I'm buying it. It's not even out yet. Like,
you sold yourself. You don't even need to watch any reviews or anything. You just sell it yourself.
I'm buying it when it comes out.
I love that. And so cute. But talking about other collabs, we've seen them already release other shoes, but why are you? Anytime there's like several letters, I'm making sure I'm getting all the letters right. They have released other Monster High shoes. Initially, I didn't think it was gonna be this many. I was like, oh, they'll do like one Draculaura shoe, one Frankie shoe, and now they're doing all the outer characters. We're seeing a Venus shoe, which Johnny, I'm like, you need to buy.
I'm like, I don't even wear heels or boots like that, but I just
you are now.
Like, I just
you are now.
I think it's great. I think they're just going full force with it. They must be doing well if they keep releasing more and more shoes, and especially if other characters out. It's just great. So I think it's a great idea. I love it. I don't own any of them, but they look
I love it too. I kind of honestly, I just want to get like the G3 Laguna sandals just for the camp of it all. I feel like those look so comfy.
They
Me too. I want to get those too. I went on this thing where I went to their website and I was like looking at all the shoes and I was like, I kind of want them. They are at a higher price point. Obviously, I think they're like $100. Majority of the shoes are like over 100, I believe. But with Afterpay, because you can pay with Afterpay, I checked.
Not
for
sponsored.
installment.
Not sponsored.
For installment, but we could be. For installments. 2 months. I'm considering getting the Abby boots or the Laguna sandals.
Oh, the Laguna sandals.
Abby boots or Laguna sandals. I'm like, maybe both. With Afterpay, I can probably buy both.
I mean, it's a really good idea. I think it's great for people who maybe are afraid to like jump into like a cosplay, because I hate to say, like, creating the shoes for any look is probably the hardest thing, because yes, you can get a pink shoe or a white shoe that might match your kind of outfit, but these are great for people who, want to jump in and cosplay, and you have a shoe that literally looks like the doll shoe. I think it's great. I love it. I hope they do other collabs outside of Monster High. I would die for an Ever After High shoe. Can you imagine, like,
Oh yeah, the
or
Ever After High shoes
something?
were their shoe game was insane.
Oh my
So
god,
good.
yes. I'm manifesting it, especially now
So
that
good.
they've released like those 3 songs. Have you guys seen that?
Mhm.
There's something in the waters, and I'm hoping it's going exactly where we wanted it to go. So
Mhm.
could you, oh my god, I would buy all those shoes.
So
I would
many
buy all those
shoes.
shoes.
Afterpay has
Yeah.
become your best friend. They call you every
No,
day.
yeah.
They're like, "Hey, guess what? More Ever After High shoes came out."
Yeah, no, like it's a bad habit. Don't get into it like that because they allow you to buy at least up to $1,000 worth of. Yeah,
Oh
it's
my gosh,
crazy.
dangerous.
Yes,
More
don't.
confessions from
More confessions by Chloe. But here's a question. So if they do, if Why Are You does another line, what's the next shoe you want to see?
what, for Monster High.
Ooh,
Mhm.
okay. Let me think. Let me think.
I kind of want to see Katrine with the paintbrushes. Like I really like her shoes.
That one's cute. I don't
That's
know.
cute. They've done
Oh,
quite a
Twyla's as
few.
well. I like Twyla's
What?
shoes.
Yes, that
But
one's a really good
Oh, yeah,
one.
that was a
mhm.
good one too. Maybe.
Oh, since we're gonna talk about Caddy soon, I loved Caddy's boots from like the first Caddy Noir, like the big silver
Oh
boot, like
yeah.
very rock
Mhm.
star looking. I like those a lot.
I know
That'd be
what
fun.
shoes. I know what shoes I want. I know I want Draculaura Sweet 1600 heels. I want those shoes.
Oh.
Pretty. I
Or
feel like they have done a
Cupids.
lot of
Or
Dracula, but
Cupids.
her shoes are all so good though. Yes.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
Cupids would be really cool.
Like the little
Oh, they
heart shape
are.
look.
Yeah,
Like
because
I think they're like chain. Oh my god.
A lot of good shoes. I hope they don't stop. I mean, I think they're selling well. Like I said, they've done so many at this point. So I'm excited for more. I
Hmm.
definitely am. And other brands to
Yeah.
collab and do other shoes.
Hmm.
But since I brought up
Yeah.
Caddy, I think Caddy, and this is my prediction, since we had the outer characters have been doing so good, right? With Abby and Venus out of the water, so good. I mean, blew up, right? I think this Caddy doll will be, I'm hoping, at that same level because it isn't
Mhm.
one of the core dolls just in another line. So I think they're going to put more effort into this. I'm very excited for her. How do we feel?
I have mixed feelings because I haven't fully seen like a full like this is what we're gonna put out type of thing. So to me, like the sketches and like these like little fake prototype thingies, they look kind of sus. I'm not gonna lie, they look kind of questionable. But if they're able to pull it off, like you said, with Abby and Venus and even Twyla, because when Twyla came out in that little collection, she was the number one.
Mm-hmm.
I think she will do really, really well. I'm
Mm-hmm.
hoping she does,
I'm
especially
hoping
if they're
too.
gonna give us like a different body type, a different. I don't know if it's gonna be different, like different, or just different a little bit, but they're gonna give us something different. I hope it's like really good. I hope she's the star of whatever line she's gonna come with. Like I said, they release a really good one every now and then they release a bunch of mediocre ones, and that festival line is mediocre. So I'm hoping that Caddy's gonna be the big one.
Me too. I like I said, I think I'm hoping because like I feel like for the what do you want to call it? Like winter 2023s into spring 2024, Venus was the standout, right? So now I'm hoping going into like the spring into summer would be the Caddy one because it is going to be this. I don't know. I just have this feeling like that she's going to look good. I say that, and then when it comes out, and we're like,
I
what?
hope she looks good because the
That?
G3 Spectra doesn't look promising to me.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
trying to think if I've seen the picture of that yet.
yeah.
I
That
had to
one
look.
also seems kind of there's something
Sus.
off. There's something off about that Spectra, but it's also just
Yeah,
pictures. So until we see the actual product.
yeah.
That's another thing too.
Oh
Yes, this is
yeah.
all under speculation. These are half blurry, pixelated kind of promo looking, not prototype picture. You know what I mean?
Mock-up.
So, but I'm just like, again, I'm just going with the pattern that we've seen already for G3, which is like you said, Chloe, like mediocre looking ones, and then really a few outer standout ones. And I'm hoping that that's what Patty's gonna give us. If not, I think fans will be really upset. I mean, parents were
Yeah.
really opinionated when this doll first was even getting the little snippet of pictures, so I can just imagine the reaction if the doll isn't Venus level, you know?
Oh,
Yeah.
no doll can be Venus level.
Uh,
Period.
Coming from the biggest Venus fan, of course, but
right.
and I do see that. I do agree with you. I feel like something about Venus is just I don't know, it's just so good. Like my review is just me going, it's good. Like what else is there to say? Like it's so
Yeah.
good. Like
It's kind of like
Yeah.
how did they make this doll? That's kind of just
Right?
my whole like when I unboxed and everything, like how is this G3? To
Yeah.
me it
Yeah.
doesn't it just feels
Mhm.
different. It has a different vibe to it.
It has a
Yeah,
good vibe. It
yes.
has a good vibe
That
from
is
what
so
I've
true.
seen. Hmm.
I don't know. I don't know if they like, and again, I know this is all the higher ups. Like the creative team, I am not bashing any of them at all, especially
Oh,
when I do say, any
yeah,
of
of
the
course.
mediocre dolls. Like I don't want people to think like, oh my gosh, that's no. I know it's the people going budget cuts. Oh, they maybe have to repeat the pattern of the fabric because they just have a lot of that material. It's more of like maybe the creative team was like, okay, we're gonna put so much energy into this Abby. We're gonna put so much energy into this Venus. And then the rest of the dolls, they're like, okay, we have to release so many dolls per season or quarter. We'll release those. But we'll put a lot of energy into this Venus. And that's maybe where a lot of their creativity went. Because I do agree with you. Something about unboxing those, like Abby and Venus for me, where I was just like, wow, like, I don't know, they
It
just
was
put
such a good
magic in
experience.
that box.
Mhm.
They really did. I really hope that just going forward, the new characters get that same type of love.
Yes.
Yeah, which I can see why. Now that you mention it, it is kind of like a pattern, right? Because we have so many Draculaura, so many Frankie, so many Claudine, so many Cleos that they're like, it's okay if some of them aren't the best, but we
Mm,
only have one Abby, we only have one Venus. We gotta knock it out of the park because this is the first one, and maybe they won't release more, maybe they will. But now that you know I can see that being like maybe like a creative thing where they're like, well, we can't put all the good energy on all the dolls because it's
yeah.
not possible with the budgets, but maybe we could do it on every so often doll. And
Mhm.
because these other ones are so repeated, it's okay, if some of them aren't as good as the others. Which, like you said, disclaimer, everyone watching this or
Yeah.
hearing this, it's just our opinions, and we do understand that these dolls are meant for children. We
Yes.
completely
Oh,
understand that.
100%. Yes.
This is just
Yeah.
coming from our opinions, from our views, from what we collect, what we like. So,
And also, like we have a different mindset because we had G1,
yeah.
we had G2, we hung
Well,
around during those eras. Maybe we didn't own G2, but we had, we were there,
Yeah.
you know. And
Yeah.
then so now it's like almost like we see G3 as, and really try hard to go into the mindset of pretending they're a completely new line, like a completely reinvention. Like, yes, I still look at Draculaura and I get the moments and the vibes and the feelings that I had when I had my first G1 series Draculauras and all those. But I also look at it with new eyes as, okay, these are new dolls on the shelves. It's a reinvention of them. The show is different. The movie's different. So I'm trying to look at it from two different eye points, like the old school collector, but I'm also judging them and looking at them as if they were new. Like if Monster High came out today and what they were giving us was Monsterfest G3 and Venus G3, what would I feel? And that's how, I would be like, oh, to the Monsterfest, but I'd be like, oh, the Venus is really good, and I feel like I would feel that way as if they were just new dolls and I didn't have my emotions tied to G1 as much.
no, I think a lot of the opinions from like the collector standpoint are just very nostalgic. I think
Yes.
it's just the nostalgia that's carrying the people over because I remember when Winter Break for Rainbow High came out, they're like, oh my god, the same character again. But it was only like the third or fourth one, and then with Monster High, they have like 20 Draculauras, and they're like, what? So I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I
No,
I feel like we'll always have critiques. Collectors, it's hard not to. We feel so attached to our dolls. It's hard to not be opinionated.
Mhm.
Yeah, and like I said, like I don't want G3 Monster High to go anywhere. I love seeing dolls and everything, and maybe some of them aren't for me, but they might be for you, and that's totally
Yeah.
fine. These are just, like I said, our opinions and just what we're feeling in the moment. So if you love the Monster Fest dolls, good for you. You buy them. You make those sales
Yeah.
go up so we could get more dolls.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah. Honestly, maybe, and again, this is something that they've only G3's only been out. We're going into our second year of G3 being out. And and we were mentioning earlier, like I love going thrifting and I do see a lot of other dolls, but I very rarely see Monster High G3 dolls. And for being out already 2 Christmases, sometimes I try to think, okay, like if I was a parent and kids were getting new toys, I'd be like, okay, let some stuff go. I don't see a lot of G3 dolls. So that's making me think, like, are kids holding on to their G3 Monster High dolls? Maybe they're selling. Maybe they're doing really good. Maybe it's working for Mattel. And, kids they like the patterns, they like the colors. And that's what's keeping G3 alive. And that makes me happy because I don't want them, like, I agree with you, Chloe. I do not want them to leave the shelves. I just think that the G3 right now is for a different kind of customer versus when G1, I feel like, again, I was older when they came out, but I was looking at it from like a doll collecting only perspective versus now I'm like, okay, I have to understand, like, these are very much more geared towards kids than ever before. And I think kids like them because, like I said, I don't see them at thrift stores. So they're holding on to them for now, at least for now. And I think, I mean, have we wrapped? Have we touched on most of the new Monster High? I feel like that was a lot of stuff that's coming out.
That's a
for Monster
lot of
High,
lot
right?
of lot of Monster High, a lot of
Monster
a
High.
monster-filled episode, you will.
It's, I was gonna say ghoulerific, but that's not a new one. I'm trying to think of like a new pun or something.
I'm like, oh,
Monsterific. I don't know. But let us know in the comments if you're watching this on YouTube. What do you think of all the G3 stuff? I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who are probably like so into G3 Monster High. I do agree. Like, I'm not into it as much as I was a year and a half ago because I was like, oh, I can't wait to see. And now that I've seen a lot of stuff come out, I'm kind of like, all right, I'm a little pickier about what I bring home now. Not all the Monster High stuff needs to come home with me, but I don't know. We'll see what they come up with. I think out of everything coming out, I'm probably the most excited to see Jinafire, I think.
Yeah.
That one I think will be the big standout for me.
I'm excited to see her and see these prices. I still think they need to be doing some free shipping because at $100, it's kind of insane, but I'm excited to see her too. Also, just a quick side moment. I always have to bring it up, right? I always have to bring up Rainbow High, but did you guys see the leaks of Poppy?
I didn't see the ton of pictures. I just saw the ones like
they're saying she's
pictures.
coming, and people were commenting in our last episode that did you guys see the new? Yes, we did. Well, I did anyways. I saw just the cartoon.
Pictures. Had they released a leak picture of the doll?
I don't think there's a picture
not yet.
But it's just like the the character in the show. But it's interesting because she doesn't have like the butterfly motif going on. I didn't see any butterflies in her outfit.
Oh,
she was just
yeah.
You get rid of the butterflies?
I saw people commenting. They're like, "Oh, they got rid of her butterfly motif," but I'm like, maybe it's there. We just can't see it. But interesting.
Yeah.
Our next episode, instead
there's hope.
Instead of is Poppy missing, are the butterflies missing? That'll be our next video. Is where are the monarch butterflies?
That's really the message MJ was setting with like the mysterious missingness of Poppy. That was what they were trying to talk about, like monarch
butterflies in the environment. This is
what has this podcast turned into? This is how you know we gotta go, guys.
This is what happens when we shoot at a later hour than what we're normally used to.
Also, don't forget to check your targets because that runway Poppy is popping up.
I know. Congratulations.
They popped up for shipping on the Target. I don't know if you guys saw that. They were available to like order online.
Not in my area. It has to be something in like Florida. They're just like, no.
They're slowly restocking, so keep hope. Keep hope.
Okay.
You will find Poppy.
Good luck to everybody out there finding Poppy as we wrap up a Monster High episode. We always bring it back to Rainbow High.
I always have to look at the material.
I can't say anything. Like, I was going through a bunch of like things that I picked up recently at the thrift store, and I was like, oh, which ones are my favorites? And it's all the Rainbow High stuff. I was like, oh my gosh, I have a problem. Okay, until next time, thank you for everybody for being here. And check us out on all of our audio podcastability places like Spotify, Apple, etc. You know the drill. And then, like I said, if you're watching us on YouTube, please throw in the comments. All right, until next time. It'll be Johnny's birthday episode next time. Yay! Little preview. Now, bye for everybody. Bye, everybody.
Bye.